Here we are in the ancient city of Palmyra. The Syrian army retook this city yesterday after battles with the Islamic State, who entered the city and captured it again last December. Afterwards, the Syrian army launched a counter-offensive to retake the city and save these 2,000-year-old monuments and relics. During the second invasion, the Islamic State blew up the facade of the Roman theater, a 2,000-year-old theater. This is the entrance, and we're gonna enter now and see the bombed out facade of this century-old theater. These are the pillars around the theater, which constitute the exterior part of the theater. The Syrian army said it managed to succeeded actually to take this city again with the help of its allies, meaning the Russians and Shiite fighters of Hezbollah. Here where we see the rocks, this is the blown up part of the facade. Let's climb up and watch the theater from above. Okay, this is the facade of the theater that has been demolished by ISIS during their second invasion when they blew it up. And just last year, after the Syrian army took the city for the first time, several orchestras came here and played to bring back the life to this theater. And at the time, the concert lasted for 4 hours, and even Russian orchestra came here and played. If we can take a look at this picture here that we had last year during the celebration, during the concert, you can see how the theater was. This part right here. It was well lit. It was mesmerizing actually. And now you can see the difference. So when the Syrian army took the city. They made a celebration here, a concert. And when IS was in control of the city, they actually committed an infamous mass execution of Syrian soldiers. They led the Syrian soldiers on that ground, in line, on their knees, hands behind their backs, and they brought in children, actually young children, to shoot them in the head. So this theater, also known for, also has bad memories in the people's minds after the execution of the Syrian soldiers. If we can also take a look from this high ground to see the rest of the ancient city. So during their second invasion, they destroyed the facade of this theater, and they also destroyed some pillars outside. But during their first invasion, they actually destroyed, bombed up the Bel, the Temple of Bel, in that direction there. That's the gate of the Temple of Bel. And they left only the gate standing, while everything else inside was demolished to the ground. This Palmyra city has strategic importance, not only on the cultural side, but also for the energy, because in the countryside of this place, there are several gas fields that were controlled by IS during during both invasions, actually. And the Syrian army retook those areas and trying to get more, to control more of the gas fields that fall into the IS. There, on top of that high hill, the famous castle, the famous castle of Palmyra, which also sustained some damages during the battles between both parts. The government said before that they have some programs for rebuilding the destroyed areas, but it's still unclear when can this happen, because it needs a lot of efforts and international efforts, actually, not only a local one, because of course the local one is insufficient. So with the help of the UNESCO, because this is a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO, so the UNESCO should also be taking part in rebuilding this place and rebuilding the destroyed parts, actually. And maybe we're expecting archaeologists from foreign countries to come over and assess the damages. But meanwhile, this is the landscape here. This is the recent victim of IS, the Islamic State, and people haven't started returning yet here to visit or to go to their homes in the residential part of the city, because the army and with the Russians are still combing the area for in search for booby traps and explosive devices or roadside bombs. And as we can hear now, there are some bombing, because the army is also shelling the IS positions 5 kilometers east of Palmyra. Because this is this operation here to take the city is a prelude to move forward into the desert toward the eastern province of Deir ez-Zor, which is besieged by IS. So all of this, all in all, are efforts to retake areas taken by IS. This city here, Palmyra, used to call the bride of the desert, because it's an oasis city and was an attraction for tourists from all over the world. Some of them are sympathizing with the city and the damage that has befallen it. And as we see, it's I think it's going to be a long, long, long time before we can see the city back again to what it used to be, because the restoration process is going to take a very long time. And it's really not known if the IS will manage to retake the city again, because they had already did it twice. So everyone is hoping that this city remain, relatively safe, and restore the destroyed parts. Let's climb down from the stairs here. We need to watch our steps because it's a bit slippery, a lot of rocks here. Okay. During the last concert last year here, the concert was called "The Gate to Heaven," and it actually was meant for this gate that we can see right there. We can see the sky behind. So this was the concert, "The Gates for Heaven." Okay. This is one of the visitors here. He's also a journalist, and we would like to ask him about what he has seen so far, what's his opinion about the situation here. How did you find Palmyra after being here last year? And at this particular point, there was a concert, and now you see rubble. So how do you feel about this?
عربي بالإنجليزي.
English, Arabic.
في المرة الماضية في آذار قبل عام تقريبا 27 آذار تحديدا دخل الجيش السوري إلى مدينة تدمر، وكانت 3 معالم رئيسية من هذه المدينة قد أزيلت، وهي معبد بيل والمقابر التدمرية وقوس النصر. اليوم يضاف إليها معلمين أساسيين، وهما المسرح التدمري بالإضافة إلى المصلبة الرومانية أيضا انهارت بشكل كامل، وهذه هي المعالم الرئيسية التي تشتهر بها مدينة تدمر. لا تزال هناك بعض الآثار، لكن القيمة التاريخية لهذه المدينة والأهم في هذه المدينة قد تم تدميره أو تم تشويهه على الأقل، وحتى هذه اللحظة نسمع بعض أصوات التفجيرات، أو ربما قد تكون أصوات قصف لمواقع محيطة يسيطر عليها تنظيم الدولة الإسلامية.
Okay, thank you very much. So he said that during their invasions to the city, the Islamic State actually tend to destroy the main features of this city, the main monuments that used to be the feature of the city, including the Temple of Bel, the tower domes, and the Triumph Arch, and also in addition to the recent destruction of this theater, and to another site outside. It's called Triptylion or something like that. It's a cubic-shaped Roman era building, which was also destroyed during this invasion of the city. So everyone here speaks about this, the severity of these attacks and their aim to wipe out civilization, 2,000 years old civilization, which is harmless for everyone. Why would anyone destroy something like this unless there is a scheme, a plan to erase a civilization or to maim the features of this country?